Your husband's first love has been in a terrible accident, she's completely lost her memory of the last 5 years, and she is currently lying in a hospital bed crying out for him. Throughout this explainer, we're going to look really closely at the sheer psychological tension this creates, specifically from Emma's perspective, as she tries to navigate this bizarre and terrifying ordeal.
All right, Section 1, the anatomy of security. To really understand Emma's tension, we first have to understand the deeply grounded world she feels like she's about to lose. See, Emma anchors her sense of safety not in loud, dramatic declarations of love, but in the quiet, mundane, sensory details of her everyday life. It's just a Thursday night. She's sitting in her kitchen, wearing her husband Ryan's oversized cashmere sweater. The room smells like garlic butter and the rain-soaked asphalt outside. She's just watching Ryan, who is standing 3 inches away, methodically peeling black tiger prawns for their dinner. Click, peel, drop. They haven't even spoken for 7 minutes, and it's perfectly comfortable. This is Emma's reality, you know? It's functional, it's safe, and it is deeply real.
Moving on to Section 2, the ghost on the phone.
But that perfect security? It is instantly shattered when the phone rings. The caller is Olivia, Ryan's ex-girlfriend from 5 years ago. Olivia has survived a major car collision. Her mind is a complete blank regarding her recent past, and she is utterly terrified. She doesn't recognize the doctors, she doesn't recognize her friends, she only remembers Ryan. For Emma, hearing this voice is like hearing a heavy vault door creak open from a half-decade ago. Suddenly, that incredibly secure foundation she was just standing on feels unbelievably fragile.
Section 3, the internal script versus Ryan's reality.
Now, internally, Emma is totally panicking. She's bracing for the classic romantic movie trope to unfold right there in her kitchen. Society kind of trains us to expect a dramatic script, right? Emma immediately imagines this sweeping tragedy. She expects Ryan to drop his knife, look at her with this agonizing guilt, and rush out into the pouring rain to save his lost love. She actually starts pulling her legs down from the kitchen island, mentally preparing to make this dignified, tragic retreat to the bedroom. But consider Ryan's actual reality. He doesn't drop the knife. He doesn't even stop peeling the shrimp. Instead of acting like a conflicted romantic hero, he acts more like a medical claims adjuster. He calmly asks Olivia if the attending physician's assessment has been finalized.
When Olivia's frantic friends grab the phone and accuse Ryan of being a monster with zero humanity, they demand to know if there's someone else there with him. Emma freezes. She feels exactly like the inconvenient other woman in a sweeping romance. But Ryan simply looks at his phone and says, "Yes, my wife is here." As Emma notes, he rarely uses that title. Dropping the word wife into that chaotic phone call was literally like dropping an anvil into a pool of water. It was an absolute, unshakable cementation of his current reality, locking Emma right where she belongs.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is that despite Ryan's fierce loyalty, Emma's body is physically manifesting her panic. She is terrified of becoming the practical, boring obstacle in a beautiful tragedy. She literally freezes with a strawberry halfway to her mouth. She is so stressed out that she blindly chews and swallows the green, leafy stem of the berry without even realizing it. Later, she grips her purse strap so hard her knuckles turn white and the leather stitching flexes. She insists to Ryan she just wants to witness a medical miracle, but the absolute truth is, she's terrified that Ryan's past is going to overwrite their present.
Section 4, confronting the past.
Arriving at St. Jude's Hospital, Emma expects an emotional showdown, but while waiting for the doctors, Ryan uses clinical science to protect his marriage from the emotional chaos swirling around them. He pulls up medical data on his phone. He explains to Emma that Olivia's highly selective memory loss is statistically improbable. He brings up Ribot's Law, which basically says that after a trauma, unconsolidated recent memories are the first to go. But deeply stored long-term facts, like where you've lived for the last 5 years or your own parents' faces, they don't just vanish while perfectly preserving one single relationship from half a decade ago. Ryan isn't being cruel here. He's just refusing to make diagnoses without data.
And as it turns out, Ryan's suspicions are totally confirmed by the attending neurologist, Dr. Harrison. The CT scans and MRIs show absolutely no physical brain damage whatsoever. Instead, Olivia is suffering from psychogenic amnesia. Because of extreme stress in her current life, compounded by the sheer shock of the car crash, her mind employed a psychological defense mechanism. Her consciousness subconsciously reset and retreated to a historical time where she felt most secure, which just so happened to be 5 years ago with Ryan.
This diagnosis leaves us with an agonizing question for Emma as they stand outside room 712. Olivia's parents and friends are literally begging Ryan to go in alone and play along with the delusion just to calm Olivia down. So, do they indulge this fantasy to keep the peace, or do they walk in together and force the painful truth? Well, Dr. Harrison settles the debate with this definitive statement, validating Ryan's clinical approach entirely. He warns that introducing elements from her assumed safe period, like pretending Ryan is still her boyfriend, is clinically dangerous. It creates an artificial reality that will inevitably have to be shattered later anyway, which would cause severe secondary psychological trauma. The only cure for this ghost is the cold, hard light of the present.
Which brings us to Section 5, choosing the present. Let's look at the climax in the hospital room.
When Ryan and Emma walk into the room hand in hand, Olivia is horrified. She actually thinks it's a joke. But Ryan doesn't argue, he doesn't raise his voice, and he definitely doesn't apologize. He simply presents the chronological ledger of his actual life. He clearly states the facts. They broke up 5 years ago. They haven't spoken in 4 years. He met Emma 3 years ago, and they've been married for 2. By laying out this timeline like an undeniable historical ledger, he permanently locks Emma into her rightful place.
But words alone aren't always enough to break a psychological delusion. Ryan commands Olivia to look at a reflection. And as Olivia looks into a metal mirror provided by the hospital, she sees the irrefutable truth. She sees the subtle, permanent changes that 5 years of aging and real life have etched into her skin. The deeper set of her eyes, the mature alignment of her jaw. The 22-year-old girl she thought she was is physically gone. As her own parents gently confirm that she lived a whole life in Chicago without Ryan, the beautiful, tragic cocoon her mind had spun completely disintegrates.
Finally, Section 6, the true romance of the mundane.
On the way home, Emma experiences this profound realization. She compares that Hollywood trope she was so afraid of to her actual husband. If she had stayed home like a martyr, she would have imagined Ryan as a conflicted savior, torn between 2 women. Instead, because she went, she saw the reality, a grounded partner who treated memory loss as a medical emergency, not a romantic plot device. She realizes that the true romance wasn't in some cinematic, rain-soaked reunion. The true romance was Ryan fiercely protecting the boundaries of their marriage with clinical, unshakable logic.
Back home, the apartment is exactly as they left it. The dinner is still waiting. Ryan walks straight to the stove, rolls his sleeves up with the exact same precision as before, and turns the flame back on. When Emma asks what happens if Olivia never remembers those 5 years, Ryan replies with this quote. He reminds Emma that a marriage isn't built on past ghosts or dramatic narratives. It's an active daily choice, and his choice is right there in the kitchen with her. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this thought. Emma started the evening feeling threatened by a grand romance, but ended it happily eating a strawberry, making sure to remove the green stem this time, safe in the knowledge of what real commitment actually looks like. So, when a crisis comes, what is your foundation made of? Are you building a dramatic movie script that crumbles under pressure, or are you building a real, undeniable foundation anchored in the choices you make every single day? Think about it. Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating case study with me.